Hello, everyone, and welcome to Perilous Paths here on GDQ Hotfix. My name is Cutie, and as always, we focus on adventurous and challenging speedruns here. But first, since we are the first show of the week here on Mondays, I want to let everyone know that you can check out the schedule for the entire week over at gdq.gg/hotfix and see all the incredible things that we have coming up. And speaking of schedules and times and all that fun stuff, happy first day of Pride. Happy Pride Month. You may have seen in our intro, we have a couple of special logos that we've done up for today. Now, personally, I'm not a big fan or believer in rainbow washing, but I want to be very clear that we are incredibly inclusive, supportive, and focused on creating a community that celebrates all of its members here. So we did want to do a little bit something fun there. And I want to make sure that everyone in chat knows whoever you are, wherever you are welcome here with us. Now, as we look at our schedule for this week, we have a very, very interesting show for you today. I'm super, super excited for this one. First up, we are going to have Love Eternal with runner Pickled Human. And that is going to be a really interesting platforming game. It's an indie game, and we have a very special guest. We have the lead developer, Toby, with us here today. It's going to be incredible. Then we're going to do Zeliard, Any Percent, which is an old school DOS game. We've had Zelda 2 here on the show before. We're going to be doing something a little bit different with that one. I'm not super familiar with it, but I do know that it has a lot of that early platforming action adventure RPG DNA in it. So I'm super excited to see that. And that's going to be done with David TKI. And then last and certainly not least, we're going to have Bit Escape, which is basically if Super Meat Boy was played on a Windows 98 desktop. I think I've seen a little bit of it. It's kind of that kind of vibe. It's really interesting. It's really different. That's going to be done by Glitchpaw. So I'm super excited to see all three of those runs here today. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it with Love Eternal being run by Pickled Human and special guest Toby Alden, who is the lead developer. How are both of you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm ready to get on into it. Toby?
I'm doing well as well. I'm really excited to see this run. I have not actually seen a speed run of this game before, so this is entirely new to me.
Awesome. Okay. Well, we'll just get right on into it. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck, have fun.
Thanks. So this first section of the game, we're just kind of getting a little bit of story. We're playing the game in traditional Chinese. You're not going to understand any of it, most likely. But we are Maya, a regular teenage girl in just a very normal household. It's fish for dinner again. The phone's ringing. We're going to go answer it because we're walking around. And at this point, we get the classic call that immediately hangs up. We get the dial tone there, and it's a little unnerving. Let's go eat some fish. And then things are getting weird inside of Maya's very normal house. This is sort of the tutorial section of the game. We learn that we can jump and then hold the jump button to go higher, classic platformer things. And then we'll get our second and final ability of the run in just one moment. We get the ability to change the direction that gravity goes. We can just kind of flip around like it's VVV or something. And that's about it. This first section here is just introducing these mechanics. We've got these little save points that we will be touching periodically for safety. I'll be skipping a lot of them, but not perfect at this run. I will make mistakes. Here we've got our first... Oh, shucks. I completely biffed that, but I didn't die.
Well, this is still better than I can do. It's funny. This mechanic is one I actually came up with, I think, in high school. So, however many years ago that was for me, about 20. I remember making a Flash prototype with this flipping gravity mechanic, and the idea sort of just continued to stick with me, and I think I implemented it 2 or 3 more times before it actually became a full game. And for a little bit of context about this game, it's sort of a reimagining of a game I made several years prior that was just titled simply Love. Nice going getting that first cycle, by the way.
Oh yeah, thanks. We didn't think it was possible to do that for a little while, and then I was going fast and reckless and found out I could do that. Sorry, go on. Yeah,
it's one of the few cycles with a really tight margin on it. But the original Love has identical mechanics, just much, much harder levels and no story. Much more stripped back graphics. So that's sort of the scaffolding that I built this game on top of. And like my brother added the art, my friend Emily added the music, and it's sort of all the sort of narrative twists that are coming ahead. But if anyone's curious, that game is available for free on my website. And if you're curious about this game, you can purchase it on Steam or any console.
Now, speaking
I'm obligated to shill since it's my game.
That's perfectly okay. And it definitely looks like one that's worthwhile for picking up. In terms of actual gameplay, obviously I see lasers were turning off. But what are the kind of white platforms or buttons, and what are the red gems doing for us?
You can go ahead and talk about that, Toby. Yeah.
Okay.
Be spamming through dialogue here.
Yeah, fan favorite Spider Dad here, which we never actually called that. That name just sort of emerged organically. The white things on the floor are save points, which don't trigger automatically. You have to hit them manually. So Pickled will probably be skipping some of those as they go through their run, I would imagine.
Yep.
And the gems, so how the gems work is when you flip, you can only flip once per jump before you have to touch a surface again to recharge your flip ability. But if you pick up a gem mid jump, it will regenerate any used up flip you may have taken advantage of. So you can sort of chain together these like sinusoidal wave jumps by navigating through multiple crystals. And as the levels go on, you'll see that the arcs you have to make get more and more complex, and there's more and more gems. So that's kind of like the core way the difficulty gets built up over the course of it.
Yeah, as we get into some of these levels here, we're starting to see a couple of those instances where we're having to learn to navigate without touching the ground a bit. But then we're also just kind of occasionally reminded that, hey, you don't need those crystals. You can just land every so often and to recharge your flip. And here we meet the second and probably most important character of the run, Devesh. He's having a bad time. He's stuck in a dog statue. Don't worry about it. We're going to give him some water from this sewer pipe.
Perfectly healthy.
Gosh, yeah, so what, Toby, question, what made you want to develop Love over, say, any of your other games that you've got over on itch.io?
I think it just sort of felt like... I think it was kind of, in a way, it was just like, even with enough distance of multiple years, it was still the one that I felt most confident about. And the one that I felt, having watched people play was the people were the most consistently engaged by. Like, I think there's something kind of a little trance-like about this kind of like hyper short, attempt, death, retry loop that really sucks people in. And I also hadn't really seen anyone attempt to make like a narrative-heavy massacre platformer, so it seemed like kind of just like a novel formulation. And I also like, this was something true of the original Love too, but I think something I was really interested in was making a massacre platformer that didn't have like abrasive aesthetics. Like, I think there was kind of maybe a correlation in people's minds of like, oh, the gameplay is, super difficult, super hardcore, so the aesthetics are going to be like sort of equally abrasive or grating. It's going to be like really, loud, energetic music, kind of like in your face graphics or whatever. And I wanted to do something that had sort of more of an atmospheric quality to it. I think in part because it was like, you're going to be stuck on these levels for a long time, so I don't want them to become grating, but also I sort of wanted to encourage more of kind of like a meditative mindset with it, and it being the challenge sort of being not like me laughing in the player's face, but me trying to kind of like encourage them to surpass their limits, if that makes sense.
Cool. I'm going to take a sip of water while I wait for Simone to stretch out.
Yeah, this is an interesting thing in speedruns because I think the way it's programmed, she has to finish like one full cycle of her normal dance animation before.
Yeah, if we do it in English, it does this thing where even spamming through it, she ends like near the beginning of one of those cycles. So it takes a lot longer to, not just because of the dialogue, but also because she has to finish that cycle. Which is one of the many reasons we play this in Chinese. You'd think normally with a platformer, you'd think dialogue wouldn't be that big of a deal. We'll get more into that later.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I have to say, I'm like amazed anyone wants to speedrun this game because you know, as someone who had to play it, like I essentially was speedrunning it. You like could not pay me to do a full playthrough of this game anymore. I really did not. I was not generous with my like accommodations to speedrunners. There's no way to skip story beats. You know, even the mechanics are fairly like locked in terms of what you can or can't do. There is, you know, a hard cap on velocity. There's a few like little movement techs, but I'm actually don't know if any of them will be used in this run. So
I don't know if they will be either, frankly. The only really tech that I use consistently is reaching that max velocity as quickly as I can by hitting jump and then immediately flipping. Which you've seen me do that a couple times. If you see me like kind of dart upward in a straight line, that's what's happening there. But
there's one I know where you can sort of kill your flip velocity instantly, I think, by releasing jump right after you flip.
I think I've seen one other speedrunner do something like that, and I haven't asked them about it because my PB is 6 minutes better than theirs. So, but the community's been great. I've borrowed a lot of strategies for specific rooms from them to create this run. But I don't remember what we were talking about before we started talking about movement tech.
Mostly just how unfriendly the game is to speedrun.
Sure.
I mean, the skip cutscene. The reason I didn't have a skip cutscene button is sort of twofold. One is like it's kind of hard to demarcate when a cutscene does or doesn't begin because, you know, one of the things I like put a lot of effort into doing was that there aren't really cutscenes. Like the story beats are not like fully discrete from the rest of the game. They're like kind of integrated into it. But the flip side of that is it made it really hard to program. I don't recommend doing this. And because it made it hard to program it also, and because I didn't program it particularly well, it made like the code for the game very brittle. So I think a big reason there's no skip cutscene button is I'm afraid if I did add one, it would just break a lot of stuff. And I would have to test, you know, I would suddenly have to test like all these different permutations of, you know, skipping this cutscene but not that cutscene. So that's my excuse, but still sorry you have to go through it.
There's one cutscene in particular that I would love to be able to skip. Let me tell you.
Yes, I think I know the one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really just didn't expect anyone to play this game more than once. Like, I think when I was the sort of scenario I was designing it for was like you play this game exactly once and then, you know, it's something you talk about and maybe revisit like many years down the line or something, but it was kind of meant to be a once or done. So
sure. Yeah.
But that's also like, oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, don't worry about it. I should lock in for this room a little bit.
Yeah, this is where the game. Oh, that was sick.
This is a strat where we get in front of the L spike block to go faster. There's a safe way of doing it, and there's that way. I don't remember what I was going to say before we kind of ran into each other there. I'll think about it. It'll come back to me.
Yeah, I mean, no pressure. I'm like amazed. It's hard enough to speedrun, I think having to like maintain coherent commentary at the same time.
That is what I was talking about, yeah. So I was going to say, the games that I like to speedrun, weirdly, are ones that don't necessarily always lend themselves to it. Oh gosh, I should remember the name of this game before I start talking about it, but there was a game from the maker of Stanley Parable that came out last year about like taking things slow and like managing a tea shop that I made an effort to speedrun. It's very long. The game does not want you to do it, but something about that really appealed to me, just in general.
Can you get through that last run without picking up that last crystal? Like you just slipped straight through the thing and land on the moving platform?
You might be able to. I haven't really tried. The main strategy for that room is to just take an early death to get a good cycle for that moving platform.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. As like the cycles are slightly different depending if you're restarting from
whether you're exactly yeah
entering yeah.
Most of the time it is faster to just do it first try. But that's one of those rooms that even going. I mean, as far as I know, as fast as I can do it, it's better to take the death quickly and then just get through it. But the first game I ever speedrun was Talos Principle 2, which is a really fun one in that casually it's a puzzle game, but then it becomes just a really frenetic, glitch-heavy platformer when you try to speedrun it. And ever since then, I've just been kind of... Anytime I get a game with good movement, I just want to play it into the ground. And this is one of those.
Yeah, movement's my favorite part of game design, for sure. I think, like, kind of just like making a moveset like, where you can kind of do, like, joyful, kinetic expression is always been, like, the part I like fixating on the most and can spend just, like, hours tweaking the variables.
Oh. How are you doing there, QT? Do you have any questions about what is happening in this game right now? This is a pretty slow section. We're kind of locked into having Devesh move around a little bit. The dialogue is going to autoplay. It's basically a cutscene, but we can just kind of...
I was struck by Spider Dad's movement about 10 minutes ago. It looked like me trying to get out of bed on like a Saturday morning, just like hit every wall on your way to the bathroom.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite animations in the game. My brother really cooked on that.
So you were talking about how you wanted to build the game based around that movement idea that you had way back when. If you were to do a DLC or a sequel or something, what's the next big idea that you would want to implement, or what's the feature that didn't quite make the cut for this game?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. You know, I've like speculated on what DLC could look like, obviously. I'm also pretty content with it just like as it is as a discrete object, so I don't know. You know, I'll play it close to the vest for now, like on the off chance I do make it. But I will say, like going forward, you know, maybe in part because I know now that people actually do like speedrun games you make. I am like thinking a lot more about movement systems where you can kind of like push them harder. Like they have sort of like softer limits, like soft capping velocity instead of putting like a hard limit on it. So you can sort of like push it beyond the limit and rubber the bands back, or like, you know, kind of stranger ways of like putting the player into states you wouldn't expect them to be in. I'm definitely interested more in pushing that limit with future games I make.
If it's helpful, I did a showcase with the developer for a game called Symphonia, which was a student project, and it has a really unique momentum system where you can keep your momentum basically forever and keep building on it.
Oh,
so
wow.
It might be something fun for you to look at, but it's very much a platformer like this, same style, you know, around obstacles and everything. But speedrunners have figured out ways to like maximize the momentum, so you're going like 10 times faster than the devs intended. So it might be something fun to play around with.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I was really into like trick jumping maps for shooters, like Quake 3 and games built on that engine, like Enemy Territory. And there was something really cool about that, how it felt like this kind of like, I don't know, something about a world in which the physics kind of have this like strange glitch or property to them where, you know, if you wiggle the mouse just right, you can actually sort of like go faster and faster and there's no limit. That always felt really enticing to me.
I'm trying to remember, there was a series, I think it's long since dead, but I think it was called Tribe, where it was like an open world shooter that had like ridiculous movement tech in it.
Oh my god, the movement in that was so sick. Yeah, it was like you could do this like kind of crazy skiing up and down slopes because it was this like big procedurally generated like rolling hills world, and then you could like rocket jump off other players midair. Yeah, that game really had the movement. It's funny. It's like the movement thing is the through line in all the games I play. It's like it's always been what's interested me, be it like first person shooters or, you know, even fighting games. Like my favorite fighting game, hands down, is Melty Blood Actress Again Current Code, because that game's just got the movement. It's like, you know, you have so many air options and every character moves a little differently, and there's so much nuance to it. That's always just been a big fixation for me.
I really thought you were going to say Smash Brothers.
You know, I know. Oh.
Sorry about that.
Oh, yeah, I guess this is just a killing.
We're in kind of a Lost Woods type section, and I've noticed that for whatever reason the door shows up a little bit closer if I do some rapid screen transitions there.
Wow. I'm not sure I know. I was like trying to remember how I programmed that. I remember it was janky, but I don't remember the specifics.
Oh.
Chad apparently has strong feelings about the rooms you were just going through.
It's very, the area is very Lost Woodsy in a sense, where you just kind of have to wander around for a while to find that door. Anyway, here's the plot.
Hey,
that's it.
Anything with a doggy in it is good by me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be curious, you know, if your only exposure to this game was watching the speedrun. I wonder, like, what you would infer of the plot.
I love the random just JPEGs right there.
Now, yeah, the dialogue of this game is some of the funniest stuff I've seen in a game that's ostensibly in the horror genre. And the clip art, you know, it defies language. It's something special for sure.
Well, chat's wondering if this is the info dump is a dig at JRPGs.
No, not at all. You know, I mean, first of all, I love JRPGs. It's sort of meant to. It's meant to be. It's definitely meant to be funny that it's so verbose. You know, which anyone who's had to like sit through a PowerPoint in a Zoom meeting can probably relate to.
Oh, okay. I thought you actually took that from like a stock image.
No, I think we, like, the first draft we had stock images, and then we realized like, oh, this is going to be a pain to license, so we just made our own. That was actually true of the birthday song too. Like, we had a royalty free, or like we were like using a placeholder song for the birthday song, and then like didn't license it and realized we couldn't figure out who actually owned the license, so we just ended up recording an original song for it.
Awesome.
But yeah, JRPGs are great. I play maybe like one every 3 years, as time allows, but they always make a big impression on me.
They are a commitment. That's one of the first things I do is I go to How Long to Beat to see how long the game is. And then I'm like, okay, 80 hours. Like, that's why I haven't done Persona 5 Royal yet. It's like, okay, that's going to be a commitment. I know it's good. I know it's worth it. But like, I always check that out.
Hey, question for you, Toby. Why do I advance dialogue with one button, and then when we get to this section, I have to press a different button to advance dialogue? Was that a choice that was made somewhere along the line? Or
that was a deliberate choice. I think it was just because it was like the left face button felt like a weird button to confirm in an adventure game, but I agree it doesn't totally make sense. I think there's some the thing about it is this game, I made this game over the course of 8 years. So like
Sure.
There were decisions I made year one that just like I ended up never questioning because, I was like 4 years out and I just had stopped thinking about them.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, this section right here is sort of why I assumed no one would speedrun this game.
No, that's fair. I there's a lot of stuff. I do love just kind of exploring the sudden point and click adventure genre, e.g., trying to put the cereal in before the milk or vice versa. And it's a shame we're not getting to see a lot of that, but
I have a strange desire to eat my breakfast out of a dog bowl now, and I don't know why.
Oh, was that a dog bowl? I eat my cereal out of bowls that look just like that.
I really like this little jingle here. This was a song my friend Wyatt made, I think like many years before the game, and I asked him if I could use it. He also did all the music for the adventure game segment.
Nice. Yeah, there's so many fun little tunes that we get to hear one time throughout this run. Not like this one, which is also excellent, but all right, what are we doing? We're reading manga is what we're doing. Okay.
There's definitely sort of a nightmarish quality to the songs in this section, in part just because you have to hear them repeat so many times, which was a deliberate choice on my part.
Sure.
All right, so if manga's included, that presumes that you're a fan of manga, right? So what's your favorite manga?
Oh my god. Wow, my favorite manga? If I look over at my shelf, I really liked Genshiken. That was like really formative for me back in the day. Contemporary stuff. I really like The Fable. Fable's a good one. It's like kind of like a hard-boiled guy's manga about like a professional assassin who's like sent to live undercover for a year, but it's also very funny. He's like just kind of like a weird guy who like walks around his apartment naked and doesn't really know how to like interact as a human. That's the one I churned through most recently.
Okay. Anything on your like to read list? Do you have anything like in your backlog?
I don't really have a backlog. My friend keeps being like trying to get me to read One Piece. So, someday it's like, it's kind of like how I feel about Elden Ring, which I've never played, but I'm like, I'm saving it for when I break my leg or something, or like.
There was a story, I forget if it was a Valorant player or somebody, but somebody who ended up becoming a professional gamer because they broke their leg during a skiing accident, and they were like, well, what do I do now for like 8 months? And they ended up getting into games because of that.
Yeah. I mean, you got to think about that. I think about that all the time with like COVID. Like when COVID hit, there must have been such a surge of newfound gamers who it's like, suddenly you've got to be all about that life where you're not leaving your room and there's only so many activities you can do in there. That was definitely a peak gaming era for me. It was also the only time in my life I was like, all my sort of non-gamer friends, I was like, okay, finally, all of you can get on my level. You have to install Discord now. I'm going to make you play these games with me. I would have to I would have to guess that there was a boom in speedrunning too during that era. People really had the time to refine their runs. I would love to see like a graph of like, you know, PBs and world records over time, and if there was like a 2020 spike.
Okay, we have probably the only important choice in this whole run coming up right here. It's whether or not we decide to hug Devesh right here. We're not going to do it because it's faster.
Yeah. Little tip for all you kids out there.
Yeah. Devesh really deserves the hug, though. So if you want to give Devesh a hug, you know, he makes us a nice breakfast later. We'll see it.
Yeah, he kind of pulls the short end of the stick in this game.
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of like this game's equivalent of saving the animals.
Definitely, yeah. Ugh. What am I doing? I'm going to get manga from the shelf, is what I'm doing. There we go. Ugh. Oh gosh. What's going on? We're trying to leave. Okay.
It didn't even occur to me until now that you sort of have to have this memorized, because unless you know Chinese, you're
Correct.
like...
Yes, that's exactly what's happening right now.
Yeah.
A lot of it's muscle memory. A lot of it's knowing exactly, you know, how many times of talking to the same person in a row is enough, and we can move on to doing a different thing to progress. It's, yeah, like 80% of the speed run, you know, just by playing the game. This is the 20%. You just kind of have to learn. Oh gosh, what am I doing? Okay, we're opening the door. Hey, Ethan.
So
that's Ethan. He's our brother. Definitely.
in this section, how much branching or how many things can you do wrong, or how many dead ends are there? It's hard for us to tell in Chinese, like how important is menuing in a specific order in a specific place, or are we kind of mashing through a lot of it?
Yeah, so in general, there's not like any branching paths in the story. More or less, there's like set things I need to do to progress to the next thing. Like, for example, here I've got to talk to Lacey 3 times until she starts raising her hand like this. And then I have to attempt to eat several things on this table. I don't know if there's specific things that make this go faster. It's usually about 6 or 7. Cone of bread.
There actually is. You have to eat 3 things, and Maya doesn't eat everything. So you have to pick the items that she actually tries.
I took notes in English 1 time, and now I have to go back and get a new world record.
We're developing new tech right here.
Yeah. Hey, what do you see?
Oh, everybody in the house eats out of dog bowls.
Yep. Yeah, they're all good dogs. Every last one. Except Simone. She's something else. I don't know what's going on with her.
That was a really cool graphic, like swirl, like, because I'm thinking like SNES and stuff when you had the 3D planes and all of that. Like, I don't know how that worked on the back end, but that was really cool how the swirl kind of like went in and out of the foreground.
Yeah, it's funny. A lot of the visuals of this game are driven by the fact that my brother used Photoshop to make the entirety of it, which is, you know, a normal application to make most graphics, but is a pretty strange one to make a game in. It's like the workflow is not really built out for pixel art, but there were also some like kind of like weird distortion stretch effects that were only achievable in Photoshop. I think it's part of why the game has the sort of unique look it does in part.
Someone in chat is saying you were at PAX West with this game.
I was at PAX West with this game. Yes, it was my first time bringing a game to a convention, which my recommendation to anyone doing that is to wear good shoes, because you'll be standing a lot.
Yep.
Hello, you've reached the Goddess Technical Helpline. We will be there shortly to grant your request.
Yes, voice acting surprise drop. That voice actor is Nina Saotome, who's a VTuber. I recommend everyone check out. She's quite talented.
Yeah, that won't be the last we see of her.
I think one of the really fun things about making this game was just like video games are like really conducive to collaboration as a creative medium. And it was really fun to just be kind of like spitballing ideas with my brother of like, people we could get to contribute something like the manga artist here, Tamada Tagawa. It really ended up being a really fun, just kind of like melting pot of like ideas and concepts and getting little contributions from different people. And it was one of the things I like most about this game and its development in retrospect.
Well, along those lines, how do you feel about game jams?
Oh, I love game jams. I mean, I kind of came up on game jams. Like, I think if you are like a new game developer, you should absolutely do them because, I think the hardest part of making a game is finishing it. And game jams sort of give you like the structure and limitations to be able to do that. Because once you finish something, you just get a lot out of a finished project that you don't with an unfinished one. Like it sort of gets a life of its own. People play it, you get feedback. You get the experience of finishing something, which is kind of a skill in of itself that you need to develop. So you don't just get good at starting projects. So yeah, I heartily endorse game jams. It's been a little bit since I've done one. I think the last one I did was the 7-day roguelike last year with my friend Juneflower. We made a game called Scavenger's Luck. That was like a traditional roguelike. But yeah, they're really fun. I'm a big fan of game jams. And yes, Maya's dog statue is a Basenji statue. I grew up with Basenjis. They're very weird little dogs. They're very cat-like, very uninterested in pleasing you. Kind of just want to lay in the sun all day.
Well, one of the reasons I asked about game jams is because Frame Fatales, which is a community that supports women and femmes in speedrunning and gaming, is hosting the Frame Jam, which is a game jam running from June 5th through June 21st and has team building activities starting today, June 1st. So if you are interested in participating in a game jam, as we just talked about, you can use !FF in chat to learn more and figure out how you can get involved in a 2-week game jam and kind of learn a little bit more about game development and try your hand at it and have a little bit of fun.
Yeah, you should absolutely do that. I endorse that. It's like the only difference between someone who wants to make a game and someone who's making a game is just, doing it. And it's the perfect opportunity to sit down and do it and find other like-minded people to do it with. I think making games is one of the most fun things you can do on the computer. So I endorse this message.
I was very careful not to say you endorsed it, so I appreciate you coming on board there at the end. I was like, I will not put words in their mouth.
No, everyone should try a game jam at least once in their life.
And I don't know about the rules or expectations for this one in particular, but I have found with game jams, a lot of people from diverse backgrounds can participate in the sense of you may not need to have, Unity or C++ or whatever background to be able to contribute when it comes to game design or artwork or different things. So if you have any interest whatsoever, definitely check out the link that we put down in chat and see how you can get involved.
Yeah, totally. It's like I was saying. It's like they're really fun as collaborative endeavors. So you can have someone do the art, someone do the music, someone do the design.
Yeah, that was creepy. That got me here on the Discord stream. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I guess one of two jump scares in the game.
Yeah. Was it? I was talking to a friend of mine about that particular scene, and I always imagined it as that commercial where there's like a car on the mountain road, and then there's like a zombie in the foreground that jump scares you.
Welcome everyone.
It was more reminded of
tonight,
like those little maze games where you're like bringing a dot through a maze, like flash games on either like Newgrounds or Congregate, something like that.
Yeah, I've heard people compare it to the maze game for sure. I don't think it was a conscious influence, but I'm sure it snuck in there somewhere.
Wait, was I sleeping next to my bed?
The way we did this this VTuber rig in the bottom right was really elaborate. Probably more so than it needed to be. We did commission an actual VTuber rig. My brother did the art, and Mid Sleeper rigged it. But then obviously, I didn't want to code in like bespoke
did they also sleep on the floor,
like VTuber model support for my game engine. We only had support for sprite sheets. So what I did was I recorded a video of myself
fish
looking to the right occasionally, like maybe a 10-second video, and then
I guess Maya doesn't like fish.
Reversed it and put the two back to back so that the video would be a seamless loop.
Phone's ringing.
And then I played that video on my laptop, pointed at a webcam.
Where's the phone?
So I could get the VTuber capturing that behavior.
I guess they have it in the corner for some reason. All right.
I did that twice. Hello? One speaking into a microphone to trigger the mouth, and one not. So I had two identical recordings of this VTuber model doing a seamless loop for 10 seconds, one talking, one not. And then I converted those to sprite sheets, and then they're both playing all of the time, and I just quickly fade from one to another when there's a dialogue clip playing.
Left untouched. I guess we can go outside now.
Really elaborate. That was probably more detail than anyone needed, but this is the only time I've revealed.
No, that's really cool to hear. Yeah.
Can't see.
So if anyone else wants to do this,
one second.
I guess that's one way you could do it. I don't know if I recommend it.
Press that to jump.
This will become the official director's cut YouTube video for this game.
Oh, she can jump high. Alright, well, it seems quite fluid. I like that. It's not.
So now I have to play the game again. I practiced the first part of the game
I feel like I'm
a
sliding all
lot,
over the place, but that's
specifically
not
for this section.
Ooh, that's looking pretty. Press X to flip.
These are where the hard levels are.
Okay, quite literally. You must land before you can flip again. Okay, so
for the very final level in sequence, there's a unique bespoke line.
I've heard it.
Which I think you were the first to uncover. If you beat the level first time without dying, we'll see if you can.
Yes, I got it.
I mean, I'll certainly try to give the folks a show, but
you can see if it's been
one
saved
really
already.
great thing that
I
noticed about this game playing it casually is how often the VTuber just kind of dogs on you when you die a lot.
I think this is
that section was really fun. The way we actually did it was we just sent a copy of the game to Nina and had her play it, and then I just took the audio recording of her playing it and chopped it up and then triggered it at appropriate moments. But I was surprised how authentic it feels. Like it really does feel like she is playing and progressing through the game.
Oh yeah, the graphics, they're really good, aren't they? I personally really love those pixel graphics.
Ooh,
and it reminds me of the old times.
Nice.
So I will say, I think that this. Sometimes when we have things on the show, I give runs unofficial titles that may or may not change over time. I think this run is probably the most unique game we have ever had on the show. And I say that in a good way.
This is so mean.
That's very flattering. I'm honored to receive that distinction.
Oh, this is different
Okay.
too.
This is my
Why is it
least
so much
favorite room in the
harder?
run, mainly because I'm bad at
They
it,
must
but
be
it's not
changing it 'cause they
hard to
don't want
like
to play.
to do it. I make more mistakes in this room than anywhere else for no particular reason. Truly, I'm just bound by cycles between these blocks. And
Oh,
too soon. That's a kind of major time loss. Not major, but
yeah. I mean, this room's kind of brutal.
yeah. Slow and consistent is the name of the game. Okay. There we are. Okay.
This
Nice.
better be the last one. Oh, come on! Is this really necessary?
Most of these rooms, pretty much every room in this game is a room from the original Love that I sort of like
Ooh, well done.
toned
Well done.
down.
Ah, it sounds so weird.
These
to
ones in
myself.
particular are ones
the
that,
entire
like,
game
you know,
going to be
as
like
hard
this
as they
now?
may seem to the
Kinda
casual
wonder what
viewer
else they
here,
introduce. Like story-wise
believe me,
and
they
everything.
were much more difficult in the original.
I mean, these kinds of games don't really know
I think the first
story.
person who
It's more
beat
about
the original Love,
the gameplay,
my friend Sylvie,
Which I
who's
don't mind.
also a very talented game designer.
Because that's the whole charm of it, of course.
I think it took her like 10 hours to beat the equivalent of this room here.
Ah, that was pretty PogChamp of me.
Very nice.
That's the final challenge, by the way. We're done with platforming now.
Oh, that's kind of scared me. That kind of. What's the head doing there? Oh my god, that scared me. Oh jeez, I didn't
It's
know.
a stream within a stream.
Dad? Oh, it's your dad. There you are, Maya. Oh, he's disembodied. Well, he kind of looks like a doorknob. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he does
Kinda
look like
looks
a
that.
doorknob. She was
Why
right.
is he going back and
Yeah.
forth though? Oh, he's a spider. Oh, jeez. Your mother worked hard on this dinner, Maya. This is why you finish your plates. Your dad might turn into a spider if you don't.
I like how we're doing this in Chinese, so it has like the
It's important
air
we
that
all
the
eat
VTuber
together.
is
Oh,
reading it in
don't tell me you're
Chinese.
gonna eat me.
It makes it almost
Now look at me.
a little more interesting, a little more spice to it.
Too scary. This is too scary.
If I had had
She's just a
unlimited
kid.
time and money, it would have been really
I'm going
funny
to stop
to
this. I'll be
get
right back.
a dub for every single language.
Hello, Maya. It's time to watch.
Well, I'm waiting because I assume that's the VTuber in real life, so I'm waiting for like the overlap between the VTuber and the in-game model.
Well, it's really funny when you watch actual VTubers stream this game because they often have to like move their model to the side, and then it looks like they're doing a collab.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, very like Full Metal Alchemist with the eyeballs there.
Yeah, we're entering the part of the game that I have very little to do with. We've got a very long cutscene, which Toby, if you've got a way that I can skip this, please let me know. But otherwise, we're going to be locked in for about 5 minutes.
I mean, I can tell you that when I was developing the game, there was one line of code I just commented in and out, and you know, I always thought, man, I should really make a more convenient way to do this,
Command of it,
and I never did.
Make word of flesh, Maya of Medina.
That's maybe my game dev advice to anyone who, if you work on a game for 8 years, it's worth putting in convenience functions.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Did you have to swap or migrate platforms at all during that time? Like, did you start on Unity and have to go to something else or migrate over? Because 8 years is a notable development cycle. And how did that impact like the console releases? Because I imagine the consoles changed over that time too.
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, luckily, so I made it on kind of like an idiosyncratic engine. It's called Haxpunk, Haxepunk. I think I am the only person who uses this engine aside from one other person who I convinced to use it after the fact. It's really good. I do like using it a lot, but you know, it's definitely not a popular pick. But it's also very stable. Like the only updates to it in the last, 5 years or forever, I think have all been submitted by me and were just like minor bug fixes. So luckily I didn't have to like adopt new versions of Unity or deal with any of that. The console stuff all came kind of towards the end after we had gotten a publisher, because that's totally out of my wheelhouse. I have like no idea how you port a game to console. We were lucky enough to be able to get a porting studio to do that for us. But yeah, this part must be kind of brutal in speedruns because it's like 2.5 minutes long.
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, sometimes though, as a runner myself, sometimes the cutscenes are a nice break though. I know this one's like towards the end of the run, so it's kind of an awkward spot. But if you have a long cutscene at like the halfway point or something, sometimes it could be amazing to just be like, hey, now I have 3-minute break.
For sure, yeah. The in general, the pacing of the game through the platforming sections is really nice because we get like really short cutscenes where we're just kind of mashing, not thinking about stuff. And we get the occasional break with the visual novel portion of the game. But this is the first time I really get to sit back and think about Warrior of the Dungeon, Dungeon of the Warrior. I can't remember what the name of the next segment is, but
yeah, what's the strat for that, dude? I guess you just have to
you just die as fast as possible,
quickly as you
pretty
can.
much. Yeah, there's basically what we'll see in a little bit. Maya's going to be booting up Zelda 2 knockoff, and we're gonna die as quickly as we possibly can. But enemies spawn in random places, so it may or may not take a minute to find one. We'll see. Usually there's a bat not too far, but
that part of the game actually is fully procedurally generated, which is totally overkill. But it was just because I had an existing prototype lying around and I just plugged it in. That was the other nice thing about making the game in this kind of esoteric engine was because I made all my games in it. It was really easy just to lift code from it.
Now, what happens if you don't die right away? Like, let's say you try to play the whole procedurally generated game. What happens then? And can that be another speedrun category, maybe?
Enemies keep coming. They keep coming and they get worse. And you got to take 3 hits and you're dead. And you see I mean, maybe Toby knows something I don't, but
no,
I've tried to beat it, but no luck.
It is unbeatable. Enemies just spawn off screen indefinitely until you die, and the controls are so clumsy that it's not hard for that to happen.
Yeah.
This is the part of the game where you learn that the entire map of this game is actually contiguous and all does fit together, which is funny because there's really no reason for it to. But you can load every single level into the game at once, which is actually what I did. This is kind of just me turning the debug feature on for the game and zooming Maya around.
So in broad strokes, because I honestly, especially in Chinese, have no idea what I've seen today. In broad strokes, what would you say the theme or plot, and it doesn't have to be too spoiler heavy, but like, what are you focusing on here with the story? What is the DNA of what we're seeing?
Oh gosh. Yeah, what's the quick answer to that? It's I guess it's sort of about alien abduction.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Taking good care of your pets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of narrative threads you could pull at.
Yeah, I highly, I'm not the dev, so I don't have a stake in the game, but I highly encourage anybody who likes a platformer like this or likes a game with just an excellent story to go and pick this game up. It's good.
Sorry, was that time?
Oh yeah, that's well, yes, that's time effectively. Yeah.
Effective.
Any percent goes until after there's a little end credits scene that technically the timer stops at, but
I mean, we can do it the official way. It's fine. We'll let it go. Yeah. We've got time.
I mean, this is a good time for shout outs, if anything, I think.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll go first. Toby, thanks for being here. Thanks for making this game. Thanks also to the Love Eternal community for just sort of showing me strats to get good at this. This is my first time on Hotfix, and it's been really cool to play this game a lot. Thanks also to my parents for raising me, all that stuff. And thanks also to my friends who helped me prepare for this run. Toby, any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta shout out my brother Sam for making the game with me. There's no one I would have rather worked with. Shout out my friend Emily for making the music, and Yisprid for publishing it. Basically everyone here in the credits, I owe a debt of gratitude to. The game wouldn't be here in the form you're playing it now without them. I want to obviously thank Pickled for running it. I think it's so cool that people are, pushing this game to its limits. I truly did not expect that on release. And obviously thanks to GDQ for hosting it. Everyone in chat for watching, really appreciate it. And yeah, everyone who's bought the game and played it means the world to me. Really, really does. So thank you all so much.
One last chance. Where can everybody get it?
They can get it on Steam, the PlayStation Store, the Nintendo Store, and the Xbox Store for the low, low price of $10.
All right, and we're still not at time actually. So I was gonna do a sign off, but we don't do that. We're still going through.
Oh yeah, we're still rolling.
We're still rolling.
The credits got
some dialogue to mash through, and then we'll be.
Yeah, I saw in the credits a mention of Gamescom. We talked about PAX West. Gonna be at those events. We're gonna be at Gamescom. So if you find yourself at those events, do stop by the GDQ. I don't know what to call it, installation stage, whatever it is, but do stop by and say hi.
Shout out to Pig Squad, the Portland Indie Game Squad. They actually just hosted PigCon up in Portland, Oregon, which is my place of birth. Sadly, I was not able to make it this year, but I'm really hoping next year I can check it out. They've got a great community up there, so if you're in the Pacific Northwest and into indie games, highly recommend going and hitting them up.
I was gonna say that's literally yesterday.
Yeah, they literally wrapped up yesterday. I was sad I couldn't give a talk. Will Lewis, who runs Pig Squad, hit me up and was like, "Do you want to give one?" I was like, "Oh, I live in LA now. Sorry, you have to revoke my PDX card."
I just want to go to something called PigCon, which was hosted at Norse Hall. Like that might be one of the coolest name and location combos I've seen for a convention.
Time, by the way. That's it.
Oh. Okay, we went through the credit for one button.
Yeah, it's when that last dialogue box disappears. That's time, and then the game shuts itself off. So we're just.
Okay.
Wow.
Yep. It's very abrupt.
Hopefully that's okay on the stream side.
Yeah, I booted it back up just to have menu stuff as needed, but
okay.
yeah, that's it from me.
Okay.
Well, what
thank
was the
you.
final time? I can't see that on my end.
I have no idea either.
We've got a 56:41. I know we paused it and unpaused it, so I don't know, plus or minus a little bit on that, but somewhere around 57.
Okay. All right. 56:41 coincidentally is, I think, my world record.
Wow.
The plus or minus kind of matters.
You'll have to take the video and frame count it afterwards.
We'll frame count it. We'll figure it out. Yeah.
But we have never had, I don't believe, we've had PBs on the show, but we've never had a world record. So I'm going to need you to tell me if that's the case afterwards.
We'll find out.
Well, GG's, thank you so much, both of you, for showcasing that. We are going to take a quick break as we get set up for our next run, which is going to be Zeliard or Zeliard. I'll have to ask the runner to say it properly. But while we're Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Perilous Paths here on GDQ Hotfix. We are in the middle of our show today, so if you want to catch up on any past Hotfix episodes, including this one, if you missed the Love Eternal run that we had just a few minutes ago, you can always do so at youtube.com/gamesdonequick. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you're in the future, whatever, consider liking, subscribing, or becoming a channel member to help support GDQ. But we're going to keep going through because we have quite the schedule today. So we're going to be doing Zeliard any percent with David TKI, Karma, and Flannel Cat. How are the three of you doing today?
Doing all right. It's a Monday, and Mondays will Monday.
That's fair.
But I'm eager to get this over with because the game is frightening to me.
Doing great.
I'm feeling great.
This,
I'm feeling speed 9 is how I'm feeling.
Yeah, it's that Pop-Tarts energy drink. Let's go.
Just immediately referencing the Liquid Death Pop-Tarts carnage, strawberry toaster pastry flavored.
You didn't tell us it was caffeinated. Clearly, we were talking about stuff in the green room.
It is caffeinated.
Now I can tell. Now I can tell it's caffeinated.
Now I've permanently tainted David's run.
You have. I appear to be stuck on the title screen now, which has never happened before.
And that's our one.
We got to get it out of the way early on, right?
And I will say the artwork in this game.
To my buttons, so give me a bit. I'm gonna relaunch the game.
This game's name is Zeliard.
Yeah, the artwork is very Pop-Tarts friendly. The color palette.
All right, there we go. There we go.
I see. We've got a theme going.
Yeah. Okay. All right. When we get into the game, we do a speed select, and the time starts when we first select our speed. So let's go ahead and start this in 3, 2, 1, go. We're going to immediately start this with speed 9 and talk to the king, who's going to give us 1,000 gold to get us on our journey. You know, standard JRPG thing. Start off with a little stipend from the king. Say hi to the princess. Hi, princess. Bye, princess.
Hi, princess.
Yeah.
The king also talks at speed 9.
Sure. We're supposed to buy weapons and armor, but instead we're going to go to the magic shop and buy a Magia Stone, which will keep us safe from harm. Go into the dungeon, and we're gone.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, well, you know,
we definitely did not intend to do that. We intended to do that.
Dying gives you experience points. This game rules.
Yeah, a couple of things. This was originally a PC 88 game. It was ported to DOS by Sierra Online, makers of King's Quest, and they made a few changes in the port, one of which is that on death, you gain experience rather than losing it. But one of the other things I want to point out is that there are no iframes. The speed changer is also a thing that came to the DOS version. I don't think it's in the PC 88 version. So we're playing as fast as we can, but the lack of iframes is something to be very wary of, especially when you're running around on speed 9, and I can't run the full game on speed 9. So instead, I'm going to slow it down a little bit when I need to. Most of the game I'll be running at speed 7 because that's what I'm comfortable with. And you know what? I don't normally save here, but on the RPG limit break stage, I accidentally restarted my game because I habitually load when I die, so let's...
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
All right,
so what we're going to do now is skip most of this video game. Not the whole video, I'm sorry, skip most of the first area. So you get sent on a quest to find and replace or collect the orbs. It's not quite clear. And you go through these areas that are big screen wrapping maps. Hold on, David's going to set up something very exciting here, because you normally cannot get up that ledge, but if you align two monsters and they fall on top of each other, you can go up ledges like that. Anyway, it's crab time.
That door, normally you're supposed to come in from the other side. We actually came in through the exit, so it spawned us right inside of the boss, which means we're going to instantly take a hit. We're going to upgrade the speed to speed 9, hold up your swords, because it makes this cutscene go a lot faster if you're at speed 9.
Always hold up your sword at speed 9, those of you at home. I mean, maybe don't own a sword, but like, if you had one, speed 9.
Speed 9.
Yeah!
Yeah, I saw a comment in chat about, is there a speed 9 task? Not yet, and that's not the first time I've heard the desire to see it. Maybe someday. I've got some other tasks in progress. But, my geostones, they're nice. What do they do?
Yeah, so the Magia Stone rotates around you at speed 9, or whatever speed your game is running at, and deals an astronomical amount of damage. More damage than our weapon could ever hope to deal at this point, even if we went and ground up the money to get the best weapons and that we possibly could at this point. So, we just use a Magia Stone, it rotates around us, it disappears after X amount of hits, and it obliterates everything that you run into. However, stuff can still sneak by it. It is a physical, like, sprite that is rotating around you, or at least 8 of them. So
quite a lot of health for this part.
And there's health around.
Yeah, so generally we'll be playing at speed 7 when we want to be in really good control, but with the Magia Stone, we can play at speed 8.
Oh god.
Pretty comfortably here. Oh, and there you get to see our absolute lack of iframes. Like, anytime we're taking damage, our HP melts away.
Speaking of HP melting away...
Yep,
Goodbye.
You just stand in front of this octopus until it gives up. I have a serious question for everyone in chat and you two. Is there an earlier instance of the boss warning screen than this game? Because we got used to it in like later Mega Man games. But like, is this the first time it saw like encounter like the Darius boss screen?
I accidentally set it to speed 9 for a moment, but I want to be at speed 7 for level 3 because level 3 is one of the early points when the game starts to get frightening to me. Kat mentioned...
A lot of... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, there was a mention of there being gaps in the shield. A lot of enemies in this level have a tendency to slip through those gaps.
Yeah, and you might just be saying, David, why didn't you just go take a safety save? Town was right over there. So you can use consumables in this game, and they last up until you go back into town or die. So you want to avoid, if you've used a consumable, you want to prolong the amount of time you spend outside of town as much as possible. And David had a lot of health there, so he took a damage boost through the spikes, so you could see health deplete really fast.
Okay, plenty of almost. Yeah, speed 9 for town. We're finally going to see what these banks are good for, because the almas I've been collecting, we're going to exchange them here, and I've been waiting until this bank, because the different banks have different exchange rates. That one has the best exchange rate of 8 gold per alma, which gets me over 4,500 gold, which I'm going to use to buy 3 more Magia Stones.
There's no Marge Simpson reference here. What? What are you talking? Huh? Green dress, blue hair? I've never heard of it.
Okay, but let's see power. Oh, holy
6-7, baby.
I'm saving my level ups, restore your health, and also restore your spell casts, which I haven't made use of yet. So that's something that I'm largely going to be timing for health recoveries at various points. We've got a boss coming up here, a big old bird, which the Magia Stone will hurt it a lot, but the bird can hurt us a lot too. So I'm
it has a weak point.
Very careful.
Oh,
yeah, it's weak in the head.
It's got a weak point. It's
very
the
nicely
face.
done.
Much like most people, the weak point is the face.
No, not the face.
I would love to
that
talk
last
about.
boss, you really
Oh, go ahead.
have to do quite an intricate dance often.
I want to talk about the
go
maps
ahead,
in this game because I hate the maps in this game. So it is a very like labyrinthine maze, but also screen wraps top and bottom and left and right. So when you hit the right side of the map, you get warped to the left side. But on top of that, you go indoors and there's like a front and a back layer to every area. And then one of them has a third layer, but we're not going to see that one. So trying to use a map in this video game, you just get lost. You get extremely lost, like just running in circles over and over and over again. It is the world's most existing door maze.
Yeah, that's about right. Kat was playing this game on stream a couple of weeks ago, and like she was following the speedrun maps in order to get through the game, but like the maps were so confusing and hard to follow. I should be speed 9 for this part. I think Karma likes this stage.
Yeah, who doesn't love ice?
I love ice physics. Speed 9 ice physics are even better. How about turtles that can just hit you 15 times before you notice that they're on you?
Yeah, ice physics in this game are pretty much what you would expect. It takes a lot more to start, but it takes a lot more to stop. The platforms themselves, thankfully, don't have ice physics.
And if you jump, you end up with a lot of momentum.
Yeah.
There's a... Oh, go ahead, David.
No. There's an NPC somewhere that makes boots of some sort, and I think those boots theoretically exist and get rid of the friction problems that you might have. I don't know.
Yeah, so there's boots in this world somewhere in this map that get rid of the ice physics. I don't know where they are. David doesn't know where they are. John Zeliard doesn't know where they are.
They aren't real.
So what David's doing right now is finding a very specific visual cue to get two slimes to stack up on top of each other, thus skipping, I don't know, I'm going to go with 80% of this map.
What? Why was it not letting you off?
I kept slipping backwards off the... Oh, dear. That's all right. Help down. Focus time.
Back up.
Ouch.
All right.
This is... Yeah, there's quite a bit of platforming, and it's not very easy.
Yeah.
So what I learned about playing this casually is that there is so much platforming in this video game. It is mazy, it is platformy, it is so inconvenient. I love it very much. Encounter. What is it?
Cube. Oh,
who doesn't love Cube?
Okay, here we go. Actually back away from the corpse when you do that, because your Magia Stone can hit the corpse, and it will use up your Magia Stone if you do that.
Hey, there was a cool sword in that cube. Can you have that sword?
No, I'll get some other cool sword later.
Okay.
Area 5.
Watch out for those eyeballs. They just kind of zoom in on screen. They'll sneak through your shield and hit you, and it hurts a lot. Also, hello, false walls.
Yep. Area 5 introduces the false walls where I think someone in town might tell you that they're there, but not really. And also invincible slimes that can only be defeated with Fireball.
Yeah, which is very problematic because my Magia Stone not only doesn't protect me from it, but it makes them multiply, and I don't want to get rid of my Magia Stone because everything else requires the Magia Stone to destroy it. So I've got one thing that's keeping me alive but also killing me. Where do I go? This way.
You're the speedrunner. You go around. It's all good.
Up and down and all around.
And we get the cool shoes that let us walk in totally normal water.
Yeah,
but
water that definitely... Yeah. This water would ordinarily hurt us quite a bit if we didn't have these cool shoes on.
Yup. And the townsfolk do describe the water as like polluted or something like. I forgot the exact words. Oh no! But hey, don't worry. The map is a vertical loop. You could just fall far enough and you'll be fine.
Let's try this.
Another thing that we're doing sometimes here is if you leave the drop of an enemy behind, it won't respawn if you're going back through that area. So in any places where we need to potentially backtrack, we're going to leave the drop.
I'm a little concerned about my health, so I'm actually going to take a moment here to stop and recharge.
Take a breather. So yeah, with those two slimes we saw up in the water, David was very specifically killing them on a certain frame at speed 7 and running past them so he wouldn't pick up the item that they dropped, so they don't respawn for the run back.
Yeah, because I'm using my Fuego spell to destroy them. And how many spell casts do I have left?
A whole 2. And then you have to go to town.
Here. Oh boy. Jump over the eye. It's better to just kill the eyes. And you know what? This one, I'll let go. yeah. Magia Stone is making it reproduce. Yep.
Nope.
It's hard to time platforms when you're talking. Let's do speed 9, get that guy out of the way, and then jump over him. And then another eye appeared. All right, we got smooth sailing from here. But like this whole gauntlet in Area 5 is one of the scariest sections of the entire run because of how far you have to go without a save. And one of the things that I picked up while I was in the Maze of Stuff was the Crest of Honor. Wait, I thought that was the Crest of Glory.
Funny thing about the Crest of Glory and this Knight Sword that he just gave us. So if you go to this shop beforehand and you try to, you ask him, I would like to buy a sword, and he has the Knight's Sword on the menu. And you could say, like, I want to buy the Knight's Sword. And he's like, oh, I don't actually have that. Why is it listed? But okay, sure. But then you bring him back the crest, and he gives you the sword. He just gives you the sword. He just lied to us earlier. The shopkeeper lies to us. Well, anyway, go ahead.
I wish I could visit this guy before I did all that stuff in Area 5, because the Lanzar spell is a much better spell for taking on slimes, which will be evident right here. Because Fuego only goes right in front of you, like in a very specific column, but Lanzar goes all the way out like a Hadoken.
Yeah, Fuego just barely goes in front of your shield, so it's actually really tight timing to hit a slime with it and not hit your shield with the slime.
By the way, pop quiz, what is this thing?
Yeah, what is this, chat? I would love to know what this is. Terrifying is what it is. What is this?
What is this?
Yeah, Cutie, what is this?
It looks like a salmon with one eyeball. I'm not sure.
One of the more reasonable explanations.
Swords up.
Yeah,
you can't see it, but
we got to bring Toby back in from the previous run to tell us what that is.
Hey, I know you worked on a game that's completely unrelated to this, but can you tell us what this is?
Yeah, 35 years apart. You probably weren't born yet, but it's okay. Just let us know real quick.
You can tell us what this weird dripping thing is.
Yeah. This detour to town right after the boss isn't something that you would normally do in the speedrun, like if you were doing a PB attempt. But it's a safety thing. You get a shield, you get a spell, you get... I'm not going to level up yet. I'm saving that level up for after I do all the things in Area 6 so that I can recharge before my boss fight. But you come here... Like, the Knight's Sword is about the point where your weapon starts to break even with Magia Stone and damage. The thing about Area 6 is that there are a lot of monsters around here, and Magia Stone is still useful for killing them. In particular, the Knight's Sword will not one-shot the squid things, but Magia Stone will. And those things are coming all over the place. That chest right there's got a blue potion.
Mm-hmm. I also see that we have a shield. Karma, this shield must protect us, forever, right? Thank goodness we have this long-lasting protective object.
That's definitely why the 300 is there, and it's definitely not to tell us that that's the durability, that if it runs out, we'll have to buy an entirely new shield. But thankfully, we can always repair our shield at a blacksmith if we want to for much less cost.
Oh, yeah. So, this shield costs about 5,000 gold. You can repair it for 80 gold maybe, but if it breaks, you're paying another 5,000 gold.
I've got new shoes. Let's put them on.
I love these
new shoes.
These shoes they really help you get up over there.
Yeah, these blocks do ridiculous damage. Every time we're at that slope that David just jumped past, it's always terrifying.
Shield, I mean.
Oh, and if you don't have a shield, you just take base damage. You just take full damage from things. It's really fun and good. I love it very much.
The shield does help quite a bit. Assuming, of course, that the shield is actually of use. I think it blocks damage from in front of you, not necessarily from behind. If something comes from behind, then you're going to be in for a world of hurt. Hard to get through doors on Speed 9.
That is exactly correct. If something hits you in the butt, you're done. You're done.
All right. We save our game here. We're looking pretty good, and I've got 2 Juan fruits, which is actually one more than the route calls for, but safety.
Yeah. Juan fruits being a full heal is very useful.
Helps a lot with stuff. Oh, jump.
Got some very careful movement that we have to do here. And up here, there's going to be a jump where we cannot see the platform that we're trying to drop onto. So we're going to get a lineup and send it as soon as the platform hits the left edge there.
And then one of the few bosses that we're going to fight legit. I can do these bosses on Speed 7, but I take a lot more damage when I do. It's a lot safer to just do Speed 6, just to make sure I have the health. Yeah, Lanzar's spell to push this thing into the back. I'm lining myself up with the gold tile below me here. That's a good lineup that tells me that this is relatively safe. It's not the fastest, but when he comes forward, I'll be able to hit him back, and when he launches the ball, I've got plenty of reactionary time to back off, wait for the bounce to stop, and then jump over it. And that was smooth.
That was Parso.
Thank you. It's really cat gets me like that. Normally it's the other way around. What do I think? Oh god,
it's hot here.
It's too hot.
It's too hot.
So this is an area that's on fire. If you didn't notice,
it's too hot.
It just hurts to be here. It just hurts to be here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this sage is going to teach me the water spell Agua, which is a very good spell. Like, quite a bit better than Lanzar, but I'm not going to level up just yet because I want to save that recharge for later. Because we've got surprise encounter right here.
There's a boss in this house.
It is another cube.
Another cube!
Nobody in this town would talk to us, for the record. Nobody in this town speaks to you until you fight that cube, I think. Or is that a different town? I think it's this town.
It's this cube. But it's too hot. Oh,
let's too put hot.
On the asbestos cape.
Totally safe.
This will have no health implications whatsoever.
It's alright. Duke Garland just needs to defeat the ancient evil. He does not need to worry about asbestos.
Shoutouts to these wind tunnels that push you around.
Yeah, so it's not going to be very clear at home, but when you're walking around this map, there's wind, and it pushes you in not random directions, but there's a lot of like one-way wind walls in this level. So if you want to find your way through, you need to navigate the path of invisible one-way doors. Or just...
That's what the game wants you to think. But
yeah, we're going to do something a little different.
That was too early. Reset the room.
So there's an invisible one-way door that pushes away. So you're not supposed to go through this section right here.
Boop.
Oh, but you know, if an enemy just pushes you through it, like whatever, doors aren't real. They can't hurt you.
Yeah.
Look at the door to your office or living room right now and look at it in the eyes and say, you can't hurt me.
Touch that door. Wait,
is there a room in this door right now?
Is there a room in the door? Yes.
That was a little backwards from what I meant to say, but you know what? Life is perfect for this part, actually. I don't know if y'all noticed earlier, but when you pick up potions to heal, they slowly refill health. So we actually want to do this part with as low a health as possible while that blue potion slowly refills us. And we're going to fight a dragon. What's the best strategy available to us?
Run at it and swing. More yelling.
So we also used 3 saber oils before this, and that drastically increases our attack.
Yeah, and it's going to be another thing that comes up as we go into Area 8 here, because the saber oils are still on our weapon, so we will be able to kill things with it, but not everything. Hold on. I'm going to have Agua ready, because it's a lot better at killing some of these things than others. But that brain thing that just went by, there's no way I can deal with that, so just climb up before it gets to me. Lion fall here. Get the lion head.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So we did some like really safe setup things there that were very hard to notice. We left an elevator in a really specific spot that in case we just completely missed the blind fall, we have a way back up rather than having to walk all the way back out of the room and back in.
One more level up. Also the Guerrero spell, which is very good, and it seems awfully reminiscent of Zelda 2's Thunder spell.
Oh, I love the thunder. It's going to turn all the enemies into weird blobs, right?
No, that's the spell.
It is the spell. You're right. Sorry, GDQ chat. I let you down.
I don't have anything that's like the spell. I'm not going to repair my shield. I'm just going to buy a better one, because I got plenty of money for it. I don't really need to do this, but it's a safety thing. And then this door, fooled you!
Pranked!
Fooled again,
You've
baby!
been pranked!
Pranked live on stage.
The prank is that it puts you closer to where you need to go. That's a really funny prank.
That's my favorite prank. Can I get pranked every time I need to commute to work? That would be really useful.
That would be great.
We picked up that lion's head key that was like a key to a door in an earlier area, and that prank door sends you like way closer to that earlier area. Right, so if you didn't have the key, then yeah, that would be an unfortunate prank. But for us, since we know where we're going, it is a fortunate prank.
Now we have high jump boots.
Also the best weapon in the game, the enchantment sword.
Enchantment. I'm sorry, I played Dragon Age a billion years ago, and now the word enchantment can only be read one way to me. I'm sorry.
It's canon now.
Fair. I mean, there's no voice acting in this, so we can make our own canon.
So we're beyond where I made it. I tapped out in the fire area, which is the one with a third layer that I alluded to earlier.
Yeah, just pushing our way through wind walls just kind of gets us where we need to go. Speaking of which, wind wall right there. Yep. Did you know about it?
Pushes you up in the air.
Did you know about the secret wall right there?
Oh yeah, I sure did. I remember you showing me. I mean, that one's true, actually.
Now, one unfortunate thing about my route, I've been getting a lot of Juan fruit early, but that means I don't have a saber oil for this last part. So I need to stop by this town to get one. And I can't actually save here. This town doesn't have a sage. So unfortunately, the previous save that I made near Area 6 was the last one that I have for the game. Oh, this door, you go in it twice and you end up where you want to be.
Which is really sad, because otherwise that town has basically everything you could possibly want.
And it's a... Oh, go ahead.
Really good conversion rates, basically every, service except
every time today.
What was that?
I fell down again.
Oh, no!
Alright, let's just line that up careful. We go around it. It's no big.
We alluded to conversion rates earlier, but we never really talked about how it goes from 4-to-1 to 6-to-1 to 8-to-1, and then it goes down to 4-to-1 again. Then it's 2-to-1, and then it's 2-to-4, which your items get more expensive, and you get less money from the drops in this game. But 2-to-4, it's just insulting. Why do you even own a bank if you're 2-to-4? How are you in business?
I do also want to point out right here, this platforming that we're doing is very precarious, and David just executed it amazingly.
First try. Oh, and we're going to do the blue potion trick again here. I feel confident enough to go for it. On the RPG limit break stage, I was skittish and went for the safe strat, but here, we're just going to catch the boss on the way in. Whee!
Oh, that one was scary.
Right into the grinder.
Never any doubt. Not even close.
So yeah, as we mentioned before, the blue potion continues to heal you even when you take damage up until a certain amount. So I'm pretty confident you can probably die if you get hit. Oh, hey, look at this. It's a guy. This is the guy.
This is the guy, the big boss, the final boss. Yeah, we got a death warp after the boss, and then we have to enter the princess's room, and that's when we call time. But yeah, this boss has teleport spam. I do have one Guerrera left, and I didn't need it.
Wow.
That
jump.
Awesome.
That one went east. That was good.
Yeah.
I was gonna make a Gobbleland joke and everything. No, he's just dead.
Yeah, that was just really well done.
All right, time is coming up then. So let's go ahead and say time.
Gotta die first.
There's the princess. Anyway, hey, look, we look like Adol. Look at this. The East protagonist. This game came out before East 3. Like, by months.
I was actually going to say this game reminds me a lot of one of my favorite retro classic games, which is Wanderers from East. I love that game.
Yeah. This predates that just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the restream, and I'm seeing a 2813. Is that accurate? Because...
Ish. I mean, there might be plus or minus, like we don't know exactly which frames you do and don't start on and all of that. So plus or minus 5 seconds or something, but yeah, accurate-ish.
Okay, because my PB was 2857.
Yo.
Well, there you go.
Let's go. Huge.
Wait.
So that makes this
I was
is
going
a
to say,
PB,
are you the record holder?
Yes, so by extension, this is a new world record.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh my
go.
goodness. We actually...
GDQ, you were here.
So I don't know if you caught this. Our last run, they're gonna do a frame count to see if that one was a world record. Are we actually gonna have back-to-back world records for the first time ever on this show? That is wild.
Incredible.
This is an astronomical amount of pressure on Glitchpaw after this.
Come on, Glitchpaw, 3 world records.
That's what we call it.
Yeah, like, there are so many ways, like, runs of this game can go wrong, and I really want to just say
you saw
that...
every single one of them on the RPG limit break stage.
Yeah. If you want to see David recover from, like, a lot of incredible situations and do so beautifully, that run is also worth a watch.
Yeah, I was expecting at least like an error or two so I could wax poetic about the game's mechanics a little more, but no, you just did everything right.
Yeah, like, any mistakes were pretty heckin' minor.
It seems like the lesson here is if you want a world record, just run face first into every dragon you see and hope for the best.
That's a pretty good lesson.
As a dragon, I have mixed feelings about this advice.
Karma, I would run face first into you.
That's fine.
It's weirder if I do it.
Well,
no, you'd get a hug.
Okay. All right, I'll take it.
what are
right,
the intentions?
I'll go ahead and... Sorry, go ahead, Kitty.
Watch this cutscene. I don't know what's happening anymore.
It's the exact same ending as East 3. The princess is like, "Oh, you have to stay here. Why are you leaving so soon?" He's like, I am thirsting for adventure. I need to go. I'm in love with destiny." And he leaves. And she's like, "Oh, I'll see him again one day." Literally the exact same ending as East 3.
There's no sequel to this.
So as far as we know, she doesn't actually see him again.
Right.
He's still off adventuring to this day.
Zeliard 2 coming in 2000X.
All right, I'm going to go ahead.
Please, somebody make a sequel.
Throw out throw out some shout outs. First of all, thank you, Flannel Cat and Karma, for joining me. This is a lot easier to do when somebody else handles commentary because it's hard to do this game. It's really fast. And then I'm going to throw my other shout outs to Board Boosters. It's a group that picks up games and learns to play them together. This was one of the games that they did. I was a little late to it, though, so I only picked it up January. But in particular, Happy Camper is one of the other runners of this game, and he raced me at Retrothon. And then I know Kenny has made a tool that makes the maps a lot easier to navigate, which I should have pointed Kat to when she was playing, but whatever. And so that's what I got. Thank you so much for having me.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Do we have any shout outs from our comms teams? Where can everybody find you? If you have Discord, all that fun stuff.
I'm at twitch.tv/flannelcat, but you should go to twitch.tv/davidtki/subscribe today. Boom.
And I'm at Karma_Dragoness on Twitch.
All right. Well, thank you all so much. I'm excited that hopefully that is, get back to me, do the frame count, let me know what the world record is, but you've got like a 40-second margin, so I think you're probably good. So I'm excited. We've apparently had maybe 2 world records here today, which is a first for this show. We've never had 1, let alone 2.
Yeah, good luck to Glitchpaw. Big shout outs there.
So we do have one more run left today, so we are going to take a quick break to get set up for Bit Escape, which is going to be with Glitchpaw. And while we're doing that, speaking of Discords, if you're looking to be more involved with the GDQ community, you can use this break to join. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Perilous Paths here on GDQ Hotfix. We have one more exciting run for you today, but before we get into that, I do want to let everybody know about a couple of quick announcements. So Black and the Flash is a community that uplifts and connects Black speedrunners of all levels, hosting special events throughout the year to raise money for charity and celebrate Black talent in the gaming scene. You can use !BAF in chat to learn more. And the reason I bring that up is we actually have a Juneteenth special, which is coming up really soon. That's going to be the class of 2026 and will be airing in June 18th through the 21st right here on Hotfix. So a couple of weeks from now, we will be celebrating a Juneteenth showcase, and you can check out that schedule with !Juneteenth in chat. But without further ado, that's enough for me. We're really here for the gameplay. So I want to bring in Glitchpaw, who is going to be doing Bit Escape any percent. I'm really, really excited to do this. We've been having an amazing show today with platformers, and we got one more banger for you all for all of you here today. So Glitch, how are you doing?
I am doing amazing. I am very excited to show this off. Hello everyone, my name is Glitchpaw, and I'm going to be playing Bit ESC. I think it says any percent, but it could also be bad ending, whatever you want, because you'll see in the very end, it's like, kind of a spoiler alert, but it's kind of a anticlimactic ending, and you'll see why when I get closer to it. But anyway, yeah, this is Bit ESC, and I'm the only speedrunner of this game, so everything that you see, or at least I know of, I should say, but everything you see was found by me, by myself. I haven't seen really anybody else do it, so if you're interested, just let me know. But anyway, the timing won't start right away. I can just go into this right here. It's based off of like inside of a computer. And yeah, I'm going to be playing this also on the Xbox Series X, so if you play it on Steam and you're interested, it's probably faster and just a free world record. But anyway, the timing will come up here the second that I hit the A button here. So in 3, 2, 1, go. So we get a little bit of mashing here right away. Thank you. And right away, you're going to see me do just some jumping movement. This jumping movement is the fastest for right now, and that's good that we're past him before the jump. Normally you would be in front of them. And then we're going to do some jumping until we get over into this next screen, and we're going to have Kona show up. And Kona's going to come in and say, hey, why don't you join me in here in this game? Cora. But instead we're just going to skip it. It's actually a tutorial section, and we've just done a tutorial skip. Congratulations, everybody. So now we are going to do our fast movement now, which is now dashing and jumping. If you dash and jump on the ground, it is probably the fastest movement in the entire game. It will be able to allow for us to skip some cycles. later on. There are cycles we skip, and sometimes we just wait for the cycles to be coming up, and the waiting cycles are actually really later on in the game here. And you're going to be seeing coins here. Those aren't really mandatory. They're only needed twice throughout the entire run. Well, more really, but we're not going to be worrying about that whatsoever. So right here, we're just going to have a funny little thing happen if I do this correctly. If I dash forward right here, the bus is just going to disappear, just because we're going a little bit fast. And then right here, I promise you, it happens every single time. In this next screen, it's just a funny little glitch, like screen glitch that happens because I'll be dashing during that. And now if you see a bit in the background there, he kind of was just glitched out through the background. He still looked like he was dashing. And then that guy that cut in says, "Hey, I'm a dev of the game. If you want to hit X, then you can sprint." Now we're going to go over here, and then we're going to go into here, and this is always going to be the same, where every place that these are. So that's second of 3 of those, and then we're going to go all the way up here. Don't hit that. That thing can be good for you or bad, but you can dash through them like that, and they won't see you. They will come after you if they see you, but as long as you dash through them like that, then you're fine. So, right now, we are just going over here. Here's where we first used the coins for the 16. And, Cutie, if you want to, why don't you try and read some of this dialogue?
Hey, I'm ready. Vard, I flick, Tessamnuff. I don't know why I'm doing it in an accent. Stinky after Lund, Blue Cinder Cop, Nibba Zoltini, Zimbalgrad, Haknaza Feep. I'm going Russian for some reason. Zorbalad Zimbalgru, Bloodfin Zeta, Nibba Zoltini. Hey, I was reading that.
So this guy's late for work again. Normally what you would go in there to find, if you're trying to find all of the cubes in here, then you might want to go into his house after you've found him, because they do have a cube in there. Also, right here is our first mention of these little boxes right here. We do have 1 hit point, so now we can get hit more than once. We're going to be using that to our advantage quite often in this run here. For certain purposes. When I get there, I will explain them. Well, that explains it. That's fine, though, honestly, because I do need to lose the hit point for later on. But now I can't show off. Oh, wow, okay, it actually still worked out. Sometimes you surprise yourself. So, right here is all the same. Do not go in that right. Well, actually, if you want to try and collect everything, once again, there's another one if you go in the right area there. So you could have used it right here to get past one of these faster for the hit point, but since I used it up, I just go normally. And then here is completely random. Yeah, this is a adventurous sort of situation here. Match 3, Dr. Mario, I guess would be better to say here. Oops. There we go. So that's another technique that I'm not sure if I explained or not, but you can jump off the wall and then dash. And yeah, don't worry, your computer is not messing up or wherever you're watching it. The game will be glitching out quite a bit through that. So we are going to be mashing through every time that we see his dialogue except for 1, and I will explain why when we get there. Let's see if I can get through this area without actually dying. So, oh, okay, good. So right here, we actually do want to wait for the cycles. There's probably a faster way to get through here. I just don't trust myself to do those faster cycles. And we're going to go through here and over and boost down. So this is why we want to lose our hit point, because we can just dash and do some death warping back over to here. Then we're going to go down here, grab that one, run into this guy. Then we're at the fun area here. So we're going to try and get a somewhat decent cycle. We did not get a good cycle here. That's fine. So we're just going to fall. Sometimes you can jump into that and actually go down and hit that at the same time. So now we're going to get this and we're going to run into our first boss. There's 3 things that this boss is going to be doing. It's going to be following me and then pulsing. And then it's going to be typing out words, and then it's going to be making boxes. So once again, Cutie, there's going to be words that show up on the screen. Tell me if you can read those as well.
Okay. I did not know I had a job to do. Let's see here. Sister, oh my goodness, Unzexalax.
It will do it again, I promise. Then you'll see the other one. Here's the box. Yeah, the box will always come up next. And it will do a lot more words for you to be able to read. Here's the next one. This is a fun one.
Ulceracolex Usid? Now I'm into like Norwegian, I think.
It's just like... Okay, that's fine. Whew, we got saved. There. Because we want to try and save what we have here with this, Oh yeah, there was one more too.
Ederbagagakje.
We want to save this, try and save this hit point for the next area. Because we're actually, surprisingly, past the first area of the entire game right here. So we're going to try and give us a little jump just to speed it up a little bit. There are 4 areas inside of this game, and we just got past the first one.
Alright, if the dev is watching, I do give you permission to rip that and put it into the game, just so you know.
What?
I'm saying if the dev wants to steal the voice lines of reading the text, they can do so.
Oh, well, that was a death that I did not intend for. Well, we'll just wait. That's fine. That's not that big of a time loss. Alright, so now there's another glitch that's going to be coming up. I'm hopefully going to be able to do it, and if I get it correctly, then I'll explain it. If not, I really won't have to explain it, but I still will, honestly. But it's coming up in a couple screens here. It's going to be this next screen. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to try and not touch. I got it. Yes. Okay. So, for some reason, I think it's if you go far enough without touching that black box, you skip past, like, a spawn point, and you can spawn up higher just to get a little bit of a boost. I don't exactly know how it works. It just happened. I'll let you know, a lot of these glitches and stuff that you see are just from me, like, kind of being bad sometimes. But they work, so I'm not going to complain. Alright, here's another one that's coming up that's... Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, you mentioned that this game, you haven't seen other people speedrun it, and you've kind of picked it up and developed a lot of it. What was it about this game in particular that made you want to kind of speedrun and develop it?
I played the demo of it a while back when the demo first came out, and I really liked the 8-bitness of it. I'll explain more in just a second because I want to explain this. This was total accident, but the setup was planned. So what you're about to see is, I'll just let it speak for itself. There we go. Now we're out of bounds. The setup took forever to find, but the glitch I was able to happen every single time. Oops, that's not what we want to happen. Okay, I don't know what's happening, to be honest. Okay, we're just gonna have to go the slower way here. So we can, we could have been able to go a little bit farther in this section had the game actually allowed for me to do it. Oops. Well, this is not supposed to happen like this either. That's fine. Yeah, normally if the game would have allowed for me to do it, you would spawn right up here, and you would have just skipped that entire section. However, even doing that saves about, maybe 5 minutes of gameplay just dodging stuff. But anyway, I played the demo of this game and really liked the 8-bit of it, and like kind of being like a saving like your computer from crashing sort of situation. And it was just, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna try it and see if like anybody has any speedruns of it, and so I can go off of that. And there wasn't. I was like, okay, you know what? Why not just do it myself? And then it just became a really fun...
I was gonna say, I do love the aesthetics of it. I grew up in the era of like early home computers and internet. Yes, I'm old. It's okay. So like when I see like one of the like the sound file reminds me of like Winamp or something. So like some of this hits me in the like the 90s nostalgia pretty hard.
So right there, you saw that is built into the game to show you that you can actually do the move dashing that I've been doing this entire time with the dashing and then jumping off of the ground. It literally is in the game to show you that you can go faster. So that's how I was like, I might want to start doing that throughout the entire level. So right here, we're going to buy that. And right here, we have another boss. This is a really slow boss. But it's all the same thing. He's saying, hey, you can't get past it. This is a firewall, by the way. We're just going to be dodging over it. If he goes back and forth, the way he does it is random. This one, when he goes slow, you want to wait, and then he'll fall down. I do have an extra hit, so if I do accidentally get hit, we're fine. But if not, we're going to be saving it for a little bit later for get past something that's coming up later. I think I do know what exactly happened in that last area that I went out of bounds, but I'm not too worried about it. I think what happened is, what happens is if you dash into a wall when you're going through a different screen, it pushes you up farther. Okay, here's where you don't want to go fast. Okay, go ahead, Bit. Now you can go through. If you go too fast there, you soft lock and you have to redo that entire fight. You just have to start the whole game over again for some strange reason. Alright, so now this is one of the slower sections in the game. I could still like get through all of this if I wanted to, since I have an extra hit, but I'm still trying to save it for a later section. If you're confused about where to go, if you go straight there, there is another section of getting one of the cubes. But here we want to just follow the lasers. Usually you don't want to follow the lasers in games, but this one you actually do need to. Okay, so like I said, I'm still taking it a little bit riskier here, so if I do get hit by something, I'm not really worried about it because I have that extra hit on me. So when I was explaining about those walls, we're actually going to be doing that up here onto this next screen. This one was a complete fluke as well by finding it, because I was rushing because I didn't think I was going to make it, and I just dashed twice, but I jumped when I did it, and it just, well, you'll see what happens. So I go here, and then I'm going to jump dash, and this is what it did for me, saving a little bit of time. Complete fluke, because I was just rushing to get through, because I thought I was going to die. So fun fact, you can do that for a lot of stuff, and we're actually going to be, okay, right here is where we're going to be using our, okay, it loves to do this to me, that's good, that's fine, only doing it twice is fine. Okay, this is our next boss. I know it doesn't look like a boss, but I'm moving back and forth there just so the lasers will point at the wall instead of pointing at me, because when they want to go off, they will go off very, very quickly. These do not explode in a random motion whatsoever. They explode all in the same way every single time. However, if the lasers go off or the cookie come out, then it is the same, or it's random each time. Oh, and yes, the cookies. The lasers, I don't know what they represent, to be honest. And then it should be the lasers next, so I'm going to go all the way over here. Back over. Ah! There we go.
It's interesting, because
now
they're usually like a third-party thing.
Yeah. And so I'm just going to basically stay over here the rest of the time until I have to dodge the lasers. Because, yep, there we go, lasers. Okay. We should be good now. I can just stand over here, and I cannot get hit anymore. You're going to see one of the cubes show up. Once again, we're still not going to be collecting it. There we go. And then we can just go through. So that's what the cubes look like. And then we're going to go over here, and we're going to go into the third area. And this third area, oh boy, what to say about this third area? This is probably I know it's weird saying, but this third area right here, dark mode, is probably one of the worst. So right here, you're going to see me jump on top of these. In my opinion, probably other people can find it easier other ways, but for me, I find it so much easier to jump on top of these to get moving farther, and it will allow for us to do something coming up here in just a second once we get onto one of these screens. And I'm taking my time here, yes, because this area is just not the greatest. And it's good to point out that I still have the +1 hit. Oh, this is fun. So this always goes in the same area each time, so as long as you land right here, you will not get hit. And it will always go there in the same spot. Wait! Oh, that was
if
cool.
You let it break.
Cool.
What happens if it breaks all of the blocks there?
I don't know. I haven't waited that long. Okay, we're just gonna jump. I could go through all this if I wanted to, but we're still saving it for something later on because it will help us out quite a bit. This part is fun. Oh gosh. Whew. We made it. Go over. Because what these guys do, they are fire, and fire is not fun. Oh, that's... The good thing is, though, is even though I did technically die, I don't lose the extra... I didn't get the shield off, that's fine. So you can actually get up here by jumping off of that. You don't lose that extra life, so I still have the extra life even after that death. So a lot of this extra stuff I'm just skipping, are all like stuff to get some of the cubes that you would want for like another category. But this is one of the very slow areas of the, there's nothing else I can do besides that. And these wonderful cars, Cruising USA reference. And then we get a new aspect of the game, and it's these invisible barriers. And I'm going to be going slow in some areas because it allows for me to... Because sometimes it's a very precision platformer with movement. But I'm going to be jumping off of him and then getting up there a little bit faster. Then we're going to fall down here. Well, I'll just slide. That's fine. Because there's spikes on the wall. Also, one thing I want to point out, if you decide to do the speedrun, you can slide through those guys. You can just dash and go through those guys. You don't have to wait like I did, but I always mess up the trick afterwards. So right here, I'm going to be going in a specific pattern every single time, because if I do it every single time the same, then I will not get hit by these. Let's make sure I do it before. There we go. Yep. So those first two, you're just jumping. That last one that I did, however, you want to dash. And while I was practicing just in the green room before I did this, oh gosh, that's fine. Wow, whew, that was close. Well, that's not in the area that I was talking, but I found a new movement tech in the green room practicing before I even had to come on. So I'll see if I can remember where I did it. So right here, once again, I'm just going to be moving slow, because I had to wait for these guys. You can dash through these guys, but I usually end up dying on the other side because of this guy. So I just don't do it. Alright, and more spikes. All the way over. And I think this is where it's at. If you jump up on top, no. It's still fine, though. That's how new it is. Like I said, I just don't even know where it's at. But right there, you can just dash forward. Oops. Well, I had my free one anyway, and I didn't realize I still had it, so that was actually really good with that. Alright, and now we're gonna wait 1, 2, and then fall, otherwise you will get hit. And... thank you, game! That was lovely! This is really heavy RNG. You want him to do more of those than anything. But these also work too, but you just don't want it in the worst imaginable spot. So we're seeing... you're seeing these alert motions here. You want him to... This last alert that you see in the air... Oh, this might not be good. Okay, we made it. Woo! That's always scary, that last area. Alright. So once again, we have here... that guy shows back up. He's just telling us, hey, you can hit these walls to break through them. And now we're coming in. This is why this area is really, really bad. These balloons do not like it looks easy right now, but they do not like to, well, I'll do that, that's fine. They do not like to let you bounce off of them. You have to bounce off of them in a specific time frame. Otherwise, they just won't let you bounce off of them. And I just got super lucky. And that one will always happen. Don't be afraid to jump right there, because you will hit that last balloon every single time. And here, even if you do die, you just have to wait for this anyway. And then we're going to fall down. Perfect. Up here. Awesome. That actually went so much better than normal. Okay, let's see the balloons. Oh my goodness, what? Thank you, RNG, I guess. Okay. Oh my goodness. And that's what you get for waiting in sections like that. Kind of talking to myself with that one. Alright. This is a very fun boss, and you'll see why when I get to it. We have to wait anyway, but you know that trick that I did earlier about getting pushed up? Well, if you do it here, you can still, you can go a little bit faster through stuff. Oh, that was not good. That was really bad. I've never had that stop me like that before. Yes, I said the thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we get the one.
So that means I have to wait for another, this section. Normally I would jump through that with all of my, extra stuff, because that's a lot safer, but we're fine. Alright, so now I would normally not have, the one hit right here at this section. So this is all what I would normally do in this section. So once again, we have to wait right here, and jump up. We get a little bit of like, breathing room if we do that trick. Normally you wouldn't have to. It would bring it down and you can jump up. But doing it like this gives us, like, just that half a second of, like, breathing room instead of having to rush. As you can see how fast it's going. And you don't know where to go here. Please. 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 Oh! You can die right there and you have to go all the way back to that third area all over again, and it's the worst one to die on. Alright, so now we are on to this flying plane area. Everything is always going to be the same thing, so this is actually the slowest area in the entire game. The only, like, side-scroller portion. Go through. And I don't have the extra life. Sometimes I would have an extra life here, but I don't have the extra life, so if I do get hit, I do have to do the whole section over again. But I know where all of them are going to be. So this first section I'm done with all of the buzzsaws. So whenever I get the chance, I'm just going to go forward as much as I can. I'm just going to wait to make sure. Yep, there we go. We get all the errors on screen, and we can go on to this next screen. Now, another fun thing to point 1, 2, 3 for that top. And then we're going to go down all the way. Go up. That's not the funny thing. The funny thing is there's another soft lock area. Oh my gosh. Coming up in the next area. I don't know why it happens, but I have to... If you go too fast into the next screen, you just have to do what you just saw. You just have to do it all over again for no reason whatsoever. So we're going to mash here. Then we're gonna dash once, and then we're just gonna sprint. There we go. We don't have to do it over again. We're good. We're saved from having to do that section over again. All right, now we're going into the final section. And this one, if you get every single cycle correct, it is a very, very fun section. So like right here, you can just jump because you know where they're gonna be. That's almost, this is like the entire level. These things fall. It's a lot of like trial and error when you first play through it. I mean, that's every game, but with these, like we're getting like the Mega Man sort of blocks where you have to know where they are before you go after them. And that's going to be very important in the final screen of the entire game right before you actually get the win. Because it is very heavy cycle-based, and I know when to jump to get to the last one. And I say that now and I'm probably going to fail, but that's fine. So this one we do have to wait. There is a way to get it. I've gotten that cycle one other time, but it's very hard to get. And you notice I'm not doing the dash jumping as much in here because everything is just goes a lot quicker through there. Oh, and yeah, that was just skipping one block instead of having to jump more, like 3 times. You only have to jump twice. Also, if I fail one of them, one of these, I can just leave out of the screen, go backwards out of the screen, and the cycle will just start over again. So if I do mess up a cycle, then I don't have to worry about it because I can just leave. Right here, we're going to skip under this, and that skips another, like, minute cutscene. Oops, well, that was an unintended death, but just to show that those coins can turn evil on you and kill you. Alright, up here, we have these blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. So I'm gonna be very picky when it comes to, or very careful coming up on some of these sections, because the way, as I was showing you earlier, where it can help you with going through the oops. I'm gonna leave and then come back in so the cycle is the same. 1, 2, go up. Sorry, a little bit of focus here. No! Oh my gosh. Where I was going up the wall when I was jumping up, it can actually hurt you coming up, and it will push you downward towards the section of the game you don't want to be at that moment. You would if you were playing like a bunch of for the blocks or the cubes, but not right now when you're doing the any percent or bad percent, bad ending, whatever you want to call it. So this section right here is what I'm talking about. We want to get, okay, it's in the next area, I believe. No. Perfect. Alright. And then get over there. Perfect. So knowing the right way to go right there, and this is our one cube that we pick out in the entire game. You can get out of that a little bit sooner than normal. We're gonna pick up that heart, and here we go. We're gonna stand back a little bit to make sure that we get up there fast enough. And this is where we want to stand back just slightly, because if you get underneath that, it will push you downwards into an extra area. Same thing for this. I've lost many runs to that. So now I just take it easy. Perfect. Now we're getting into the fun stuff here. So, I am going to take damage on purpose here. So purpose of another soft lock that I don't understand why it does it. And it just did it! Fun! Oh. That's why I'm gonna try and die here. See if it resets it. I need to hit the spider when I do it though. Okay. Let's see if it brings it back. If not, nope, we have to go to the main menu and then back in. What you can't figure out why I'm doing it, I cannot jump off the walls. Bit will not jump off walls. when it gets into that state for some reason. Don't know why it happens, but usually you can reset it just by doing what I did where I got hit. But that's perfectly fine. Perfect timing. Then we're gonna go down here. And... oh, that's not good. Once again, we're gonna wait and dash over. Perfect. There we go. Like I said, if you can do this perfect, this section really good, it's really fun. But there's a lot of tight cycles that make it a harder section. But when you get it down, it's fun.
I do love how the spiders, which I assume are viruses, are based on like biological viruses, like how we were taught in school. They look like those little weird spiders. I think that's really a nice touch there.
Alright, so now we're getting into very end game right here. Got it, cool. Very end game here, and this is where a lot of the tight cycles... It's kind of bad that near the end of this, we have all the tight cycles, so it's harder to explain all the stuff that's happening in here, but I don't know how I want to approach this time. Oops. Well, that's definitely not how I wanted to approach it that time. So the good thing is these don't fall. I do this area like 5 different ways, and when I get to this, I just have to decide how I want to tackle it. And I just took it the slowest possible way. There is a much faster way to do this. Gonna wait. 1, 2, 3, go. Haha! First try on that one. Okay, we're onto the final screen of the game before the final screen, so get ready with time. It's very anticlimactic, like I said. But right here, this is one of those screens that I was talking about. We're gonna just jump because we know what's happening, and then we're gonna wait and jump. Perfect. Now it's impossible because the lasers will not be coming back in our time frame. Alright, so get ready with time. We don't need to buy that. We have to mash through all this. It'll be really quick for time here, and time.
GG's.
Alright. 33-17. Nice. So, my record is 32-53, but that was unrecorded. In game time, we're at 33-26. This is a recorded world record.
Okay. So a little nuance to that, but, 3-ish world records in a row.
Yeah. Yep. This is a recorded world record. But yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed Bit ESC. This is such a fun game when you get it going. Some of the glitches I was hoping wouldn't happen did happen, but I got to show it off a little bit more. If those wouldn't have happened, I probably could have gotten that world record. But anyway, thank you for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for having me on, Cutie. This was such a blast. I mean, I don't do a lot of streaming, but you can find me Glitchpaw Gaming, and I believe Glitchpaw on YouTube, or it could be Glitchpaw Gaming on YouTube as well. If you're interested in the game, running the PC version, there's not much. I basically showed you all the glitches that there are. If you can find more and show me and you're interested, just let me know. I'm also on Discord. You can hit me up there. And, yeah. Also, everyone, have a great Pride Month. And yeah, I think that's it for me.
Absolutely. Is there anything else outside of this game that you might be working on, or any other games that you're running, or anything else going on that we should be looking forward to?
I just bought Librarian, clean up the arcane library. That's an interesting one. I do want to learn Tomb Raider 2013.
Okay.
Maybe Bioshock, remastered, glitchless. And then Mina the Hollower just came out too, and I want to try and look into that.
Oh, that is a spectacular game from what I've seen so far. I haven't played it yet, but I've seen some streams. It looks very good.
I don't want to see any streams. I don't want it spoiled for me.
that is very fair. Any last words before we head out? We do have a little bit of extra time if you want to tell the good people anything else while we're here.
Not really. I'm going to be running this game again. I'm going to be running this game again at the end of the week on Power Up with Pride as well. So if you want to see it again, go there as well.
That's incredible. Where can they find that?
They can find it at the Power Up with Pride, I believe, YouTube, or not YouTube, the Power Up with Pride Twitch channel.
Awesome. Well, definitely, you heard it here first, or well, maybe not first, but you definitely heard it here. So thank you so much for showcasing that off. I really do appreciate it. As we start rounding out the episode, I do want to first acknowledge we're going to frame count some of these, but we have had potentially 3 recorded world records. I said earlier, this show has had PBs. It's never had a world record. And then somehow it just seems like all of our runners today took that as a personal challenge. They took that personally and decided we were going to world record every run. So if you didn't catch any of that, you can always check it out on the Twitch, but it will be up on YouTube in a week or so, as many of our shows are. So you can always check out any of the content that we have at GDQ at youtube.com/games.quick. The other link goes to our website. Don't worry about it. So I do want to thank everyone who has been on the show today. So that would be Pickled Human and Toby with Love Eternal. That has been David, TKI, Karma, and Flannel Cat for Zeliard. And of course, Glitchpaw, who just did Bit Escape. What an amazing set of runs we've had today. Also, Richard, who is my producer and does amazing things behind the scenes, literally making this show possible. I could not do it without them. Since we have had so many world records, our next show is actually not quite ready. So I am going to take a moment to shout out Osmorn, who is our next showrunner. I don't know if Osmorn will tell you this voluntarily, so I'm going to force his hand, which Osmorn has spent the last week running and co-leading an event called No Glitches Allowed, which raises money for a dog rescue charity based in Northern Virginia. And it just ended this past Sunday, actually about 16 hours ago or so. And they raised thousands of dollars for that dog rescue charity. So Osmorn does a lot of incredible work. Many of our showrunners do incredible work for charities around the world outside of hosting for Hotfix. And so when you're watching Scenic Route in just a little bit, please do bug Oz to tell you more about his hard work and everything that went on behind the scenes for that event. I don't think he's going to do it if we don't pressure him. So let's make sure. I think when good people do good things, we should acknowledge it, and we should especially give a little bit of notice and encouragement. So I do want to put that out there. We will take a little bit of a break as we transition to our next show, which is going to be the Secret Route with Oz. And that's going to be all glitchless runs. I believe if I look at the schedule, we've got Celeste, we've got Hades 2, we've got Delta Rune. That is an incredible list. So you're not going to want to go anywhere. You'll want to stick around and check that out. But as always, my name is Cutie. I will be back. The show will be back in a couple of weeks. And in the meantime, I hope everyone has an amazing beginning of Pride Month, an amazing rest of your week. Take care. And looking forward to seeing you all around here in a little